Hey, what's up YouTube? Tech and Tweaks back again with another video. Today I'm going to show you guys what exactly I run on my personal everyday jailbroken device. These are all the tweaks that I run every single day, 24 hours a day on my main driver. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so starting off with the lock screen, I run Zen HTML. So all of these widgets that you see on my lock screen are all Zen widgets. So this is a glitch clock and this is the matrix background. Whoa. Now recently I've been running this matrix background off and on for the past couple months. Sometimes I enjoy it as my background, other times I just find a different cool wallpaper. However, a lot of you probably are wondering if it burns a lot of battery. I'm using the iPhone 11 Pro, and for me personally, it does burn a little bit of battery, but it is not significant enough for me to not run the wallpaper all day. I'd say running this wallpaper makes me lose maybe about 10% battery overall throughout the day. So if we jump into my settings, we'll go ahead and run down the list. The main reason I use Activator is one specific reason, and that's to lock my device remotely from my Apple Watch. So I have friends that when they get a hold of my device, sometimes they like to look around or set my wallpaper or something stupid. So it's easy for me to remotely lock them out. So for my specific activator that I have for this feature, all I have to do is go ahead and put my watch into airplane mode and will automatically lock my device over there. So anytime that my Apple Watch is disconnected from my phone, it will go ahead and lock the device, and if they don't know my passcode, then they will not be able to get in. And that's my main purpose for using Activator. There are hundreds or thousands of different ways that you can use Activator. If you go ahead and install it and it shows you this error message when you try to access it from the settings pane, all you need to do is actually go to the little Activator app that they have installed, and you can go ahead and set up any of your macros that you would like. There's a ton to configure, but anyways guys, that one is called Activator. Next one I use is a pretty simple one called Alert Dismiss, and all it basically does is it gives you an extra option to force dismiss an alert. So an example for this is, I know on the USAA banking app they have a pop-up that comes up that says you are running a jailbroken device, this application will not work, and the only option there is to select OK, and then after you do that the application crashes. So all this does is it adds a force dismiss button. So I'm using it as an example on my Photos app right now. So all you got to do is tap force dismiss, and whatever pop-up is there will automatically be dismissed. So for example, on USAA, you could just force dismiss the jailbreak notification pop-up and continue using the app as normal. The next one I have is called Choicey. It is also kind of a jailbreak detection bypass. So basically it just disables tweaks from running within the application. So you can go ahead and open an application and disable all of the tweaks, so that if that application does have jailbreak detection, then by you possibly disabling all of those tweaks, it will not be able to tell that you are jailbroken. So that is Choicey. So this next one that I use is called Choosma, and what it allows you to do is get a notification if someone is tracking you through the Find My Friends app or the Find My iPhone app. So this is what that notification looks like. It says someone is tracking your device through Find My iPhone. Basically what that means is anytime that someone opens that application to see what my location is with all of my friends that I'm sharing my location with, it will just go ahead and send me this quick notification saying that someone is tracking me. So this next one I use almost on a daily basis. This is good for emails, or whenever you don't feel like copying long text, you can have them saved into snippets. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Whenever you're in the text field, just swipe up on your keyboard and this will show you a couple of the snippets that you have saved. So if I were to go ahead and tap on the snippet, it will automatically paste it right into the text field. You can go ahead and save favorites. There are a bunch of options to configure. You can go ahead and make favorites such as emails. So I have all of my email addresses saved in my favorites folder. So every time there's a text field that requires an email, I can just go ahead and activate copy log and paste everything in there. This one is a paid tweak, but in my opinion, totally worth it. All right, this next one I have is called Gravity. Ooh. Yes, I do keep this installed on my phone, and definitely just because whenever I go to an Apple store, sometimes I like to ask one of the geniuses there if they know what's wrong with my device. I'll go ahead and activate it and show them that my icons have just been falling all over the screen. A lot of them have no idea how that's happening. It's pretty funny. Some of them actually do know what a jailbreak is, but this tweak is activated by Activator, so you will need Activator installed. So you can go ahead and adjust the settings of the bounciness in the accelerometer, but it's just a fun little troll tweak to show off to people that have never seen a jailbreak before. So this next one that I have for you guys is called Lights Out. This is a simple tweak that basically allows light mode and dark mode depending on how bright the room is. So right now I'm kind of in a dark room, so dark mode is enabled. All it's doing is using the proximity sensor to see how much light is in the room, and then it goes ahead and adjusts either light mode or dark mode depending on how bright or dark it is in the room. So as you can see, it just automatically switched to dark mode because I'm in a darker room. You can go ahead and set the threshold there. I leave mine at about 162. I like to be in dark mode the majority of the time unless I'm in direct sunlight, and this setting seems to be perfect. This next one I have is called Local AP Store. Now this one used to work back in the day. I really don't play any games anymore, but every now and then I do want to get some unlimited coins or something like that, and basically what it allows you to do is make in-store purchases without actually having to purchase anything. But like I said, a lot of these games have switched to server-side purchases, so it doesn't really work. If it's a single-player game, something like Subway Surfers or something like that, then it'll probably still work on that. But it just allows for in-app purchases without having to pay anything. This next one is called Notification. This one's pretty cool. Anytime I get a notification, it does a custom animation. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick. This is the animation I'm currently rocking with. It's just a purple outline. You can go ahead and have different styles of the animation for different devices. But there's a bunch of different animations that you can do. My personal preference right now is this Edge 4 one. I think it makes your notifications look really cool, so I leave it enabled at all times. This next one I have installed on my phone, but I don't actually really use it very often. Sometimes just to mess with my friends I'll use it, but very rarely do I ever use it. And all it does is it allows you to set your location wherever you want to be. So for example, if your friends are tracking you and you tell them you're at your house when you're really not, or you tell them you're somewhere else, you can go ahead and set your location to, let's say, Walmart or something, so that they think that you're still at Walmart when you're actually at your house. So this could be a useful tweak if you don't want someone knowing exactly where your location is. There's two options. Global override means that it will override your whole entire phone's GPS on every single application, or you could do app specifically, so you can enable it on Google Maps or something if you're trying to navigate from two different areas. This next one I have for you is called Shadow, and this is another jailbreak detection tweak. So basically, the main thing that I use it for is maybe 2 or 3 apps. One of them is the Capriati's app. For some reason, Capriati's has jailbreak detection, but with Shadow enabled, it bypasses that jailbreak detection. It does have a lot of settings to configure. I've done an in-depth review on this. I'll go ahead and link that video on how to use it, but this is a very good jailbreak detection tweak that allows you to run specific apps without being detected. Now this next one that I have for you is called Springtomize 5, and this one's super cool because it has tons and tons of different tweaks that you can apply to your home screen, to your lock screen. I mainly use it to get rid of the labels underneath and just certain other UI elements, like getting rid of the camera buttons or the flashlight button, anything like that. But there's just a ton of different customizations that you can go ahead and tweak around in here. This one is an expensive tweak at $4.99, but it's extremely stable and the developer put a lot of work into it. This next one is a great one if you don't want people to know your passcode. So whenever I lock my device, whatever the time is exactly what my passcode will be. All right, so the time is 1500. So I have it set up that you put the time in and then 2 zeros. So I put 1500:00, which is 3 o'clock. But if you don't want people knowing what your actual passcode is, you can go ahead and just make the time your passcode so that your passcode is always changing. You can also put in your stock passcode as a backup so that you can use your regular passcode. But I think this one's just nice to throw people off whenever you're putting in a random passcode each time so that nobody knows your true passcode. All right, this next one I have is Type Sentry, and basically what this does is it just allows you to see if someone is typing to you. So I'll go ahead and show you real quick. So this is what mine looks like. Just at the top of the bar, it says somebody is typing. It also does read receipts, so I can see if someone read my message. And then if someone is responding to my message, it'll just say the person's name and have the little bubbles there. Super useful, super nice. But I've also done a video on this tweak, so be on the lookout for that. This next one I have is called Velvet, and basically what it does is it just makes my notifications look a little different. So if we go ahead over here and we test it, this is what one of my banners look like for whenever I get a message. It color codes it, puts an outline around it depending on what the color is of the app. So those were 2 red ones. Go ahead and do a different color one. There's a white one. So I think it just makes your notifications look a lot cleaner, and everything is color specific to whatever application is giving you the notification. This next one was Zen HTML. That was just a tweak that I spoke of earlier in the video. Those are the 2 widgets that I use on my lock screen, so you can go ahead and adjust them or do whatever you want for whatever settings you need to have. It's a super useful tweak that you can go ahead and install on your device. And the last tweak that I use on a daily basis is YouTube Tools. However, YouTube has updated their application and it's no longer working, so I'm probably going to uninstall YouTube Tools. But anyways, guys, this is what I run on my personal jailbroken device every day. This is my daily driver phone. With all these tweaks, I still get pretty decent battery life. I never have to charge in the middle of the day. I can always make it through a full day. But then again, I have an iPhone 11, which has an amazing battery. All these tweaks and repos will be listed down in the description. If you guys like this video, don't forget to smack that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.